let's talk about integrals and how they relate to the graphs of functions. So here I have graphed a cubic function, and I have some other formulas in here just to make the demonstration work. And in line 5 here, I'm asking Desmos to calculate the integral of f of x, which again is my cubic, between 0 and t. T is this slider. So geometrically, the integral is telling us the amount of area enclosed by the graph of my function. So let me move my slider, and I can see that Desmos is now calculating a different number for the value of this integral. I'm getting something about 0.16 and change. And more to the point, this picture is showing me the region of area that Desmos is measuring for me. So when the function is above the x-axis, we are looking at the region between the x-axis on the bottom, the function on the top, and between the two different x values that I've chosen. So here between 0 and about 0.4. Now, as I move the slider, I get to the point where the function actually crosses the x-axis, so here at about 0.6. And now the graph of the function goes below the x-axis. And I have rigged this up so that now my area is in red. The reason I did that is because integrals measure area beneath the x-axis as being negative. So you can watch as I move my slider here, while I'm picking up this red area beneath the x-axis and above the graph of the function. And you can see in my calculation that my value for the integral is now getting smaller as I pick up more negative area. So here I'm at 0.14. I pick up some more negative area, and now that value of the integral gets smaller. So now I'm at actually minus some very small number. Now that number is growing in magnitude, but it is still negative, so this is still decreasing. And here we have another crossing where the graph of the original function goes from negative to positive. So when I cross this, I will now be looking at area above the x-axis and below the graph of the function, which I have in blue again. And now the value of the integral is going back up. So here we are at negative 0.34. If I put more and more area here, I get a positive number for my area. So now I'm at positive 0.25, and I can just make that bigger and bigger as I select more of the area above the x-axis. Again, this is one of those demonstrations that I think is really cool to see on Desmos rather than just drawing it on a whiteboard and leaving it as a static image. The big thing to remember is that integrals regard area as going from left to right, that the area above the x-axis is considered positive, the area below the x-axis is considered negative. Those are the big ideas.